Okay, we should be live. Let me know if you're having any trouble hearing or seeing me. I am on time. I'm a little early, and we've had so far 8 people join the membership, which I am just over the moon about because this is going to be so fun. And it's a big change, I know, for what I've offered in the past, but it's something that's been on my mind and in my heart for a long time. And it's boy, I've been getting the emails, mixed reactions about this. So the first thing I want to say is thank you for joining me today for this fun little launch party. It won't be that long. I have some things to cover. I have some things to give away. I have some exciting things to share. And then you can go about your day and paint. That's what I'm going to do the rest of the day. So, but I just want to tell you that some of you have expressed maybe some apprehension about this membership kind of getting in the way of whatever free content I've been providing in the past. And I would just like to say that this is my full-time job now. So if anything, you should be seeing more content from me for free moving forward. So don't even worry about that. If you cannot afford the membership, I do not want you to feel pressured or obligated or anything like that to join. And I definitely don't want you to feel like you're going to be missing out. You are not. Especially because too, as a creator, if I stopped posting free content, my channel would just slowly die and so would my membership. So that would just be really bad for my business in general as well. And I also know what it's like to have a tight budget. I'm on a tight budget. So I get the value that free content provides and I want to give that to you. And that's really important to me. So there will be free paint-alongs every month. Right now I can guarantee that there'll be at least one, but I'm hoping for 2 or more for free. And I'm going to be doing some more fun kind of supply reviews and technique deep dives on the free side. So the subscriber side for everybody of my YouTube channel. So right off the bat, I got some comments that were like, oh, okay, I guess I'll see you later because I can't join the membership. And it's like, no, you don't have to join the membership, but it is this awesome thing that I really wanted to provide to people who are ready to go all in, who want to see more from me, who maybe want more of a small group experience that I'm not really able to provide with 10,000 people. So it's just an awesome extra bonus. It's like your grocery store offering, 2 things and you get to pick and choose and take what you want and not take what you don't want. So I will be going into a little bit more frequently asked questions. But before I do that, I do want to say that I do have 2 fun supply giveaways just for the people joining me and joining me after this live. So whether you're watching this live right now or you're watching it within the first 24 hours, so up until, for my time, it would be 10 a.m. tomorrow on Wednesday. But the first 24 hours of this premiere, you are eligible to get in on the giveaway just by either putting a chat in the chat box while we're live or a comment in the comments. And then tomorrow I will pick random commenters. I just do Google random number generator. I count how many comments we got, put the numbers in, and then I will let you know. I will reply to your comment to let you know if you are a winner. And then I will request that you email me so it doesn't look spammy, and you email me your information so I can mail you the supplies. So I might do more than this, but I know for sure I'm going to have one supply giveaway. Is going to be this palette. So it's my favorite palette, and it is hard to find. I've only ever found it at Walmart, and I know a lot of you have had trouble finding it, unfortunately, which is a bummer because it's actually really cheap. It's like $2.50, and it's the best palette in the world. So I encourage you to look at a Walmart if you can. But I'm going to be giving away that, and then I have some of these really cute Pearl-Ex powders from Jacquard, which is the same company that makes Dorland's Wax Medium. And I'll be giving away some of those with that. And my favorite artist tape. It's once you try this artist tape, you're gonna be like, oh, that's why we buy artist tape and not use masking tape. So that'll be like one supply pack. And then this is actually a really, really cool one. Meeden, they send me stuff a lot. So I'm really lucky and I want to share the love. So I'm going to be giving away a full paint set and this brush set together as one in another little giveaway. And I might do another one. I'm very lucky and blessed that companies send me stuff, even though I'm still a pretty small channel, but that's really cool. So sharing that with you as well. And we also have the giveaways, not really giveaways, but like welcome kits for the first 20 members. So before I started this video, we had 8. So there still are 12 spots for you to get in on the membership to get the welcome kit. So I'm just going to snail mail the first 20 members a fun little welcome kit with some supply surprises in there. I haven't fully figured out exactly what I want to send, but I'm excited because I've been thinking about it. And one of the members only PDFs that's already in the membership area is the Dorland's Wax medium instructions. So let's see. Oh, here we go. So I do have this fun little PDF that's already in the members section. I gotta find it here. So it's just like it's a deep dive into how I wax my watercolors and why I wax my watercolors and some helpful tips for waxing, because I just think it's such a really cool thing to do. And I want to share that with my members. So non-members, I have a whole video about it. So it's not too hard to figure out. It's just a little bonus for members. So I got to keep an eye. I have my calendar here. So this is the other thing I wanted to go over with all of you, is that I'm going to be putting out monthly calendars again, kind of like how I used to back in late winter, early spring, monthly content calendars. I'm just excited because, like I mentioned already, this is my full-time job now. I've just decided, you know what, I'm going to take the plunge. I'm going to go all in. This is what I really want to do with my life. And I've always known that, but it feels really real now, really exciting. So content calendars, and you can see that all the highlighted videos are the members only videos, and all the non-highlighted videos are for everybody. So everybody can see those ones that aren't highlighted. So we have a paint along and a 3-step process video coming up. And then of course the November calendar should be coming out pretty soon. So thank you for everybody who's already chatting. I'm so excited that you're here. This is so fun. I'm really excited that you're excited, because I know it's a big change from offering every single thing for free to offering this option to have a membership with me. So, but we kind of went over that at the beginning about how I'm not going to be undoing my free content by any means. So let's go over a couple quick FAQs, and then we'll get into one more fun thing before we call it a day. So the price, as of in what I set, is $29 a month, but that could be a little bit variable depending on your specific location. So that is really dictated by YouTube if that price is different than the $29 level that I set. It should, exchange to like a $29 level according to your currency. But I had a member in California and it's charging them $39 a month. And we looked into it, and I think it's because of your local taxes. So unfortunately, I cannot change the price. It is what YouTube says it is for you. And that is what it is. I had somebody say, that it's kind of on the higher end for a membership. And it's the price that I feel is really like a good value. You're getting so much. So I worked really hard with my husband to set the price, and with ChatGPT, like taking a deep dive into what I'm offering, comparing it to other memberships on YouTube and across the board. And this is actually like a good price point for what I'm offering. So again, if it's too much, you don't have to join. And I don't want you to. I don't want you to join if it's going to be a stressor. But if it's exciting and you're totally ready to have this exciting community piece and this extra content, then I hope to see you in the membership. So there are no tiers too. I had another question about tiers. And originally I was going to offer 3 tiers, and it got really overwhelming. I started to make my content calendar and trying to kind of partition off what tier gets what video and what tier gets what bonus. And really lower tiers basically just get to say that they're kind of supporting me without getting a lot of extra stuff. And it was kind of just a hassle for me, especially for this being my first time offering this to all of you. I really wanted it to be simple. So I just want to have my subscribers and my members, and like which camp you fall into. And I don't have to navigate who gets what with tons of different tiers. It was just too much for me and I was getting overwhelmed. So all of you who've already supported me, like on Buy Me a Coffee without getting anything, that is a good place for you to do that if you feel called to do that, but you're unable to do the membership. So that would be a good place to like show your support, but you're unable to do the membership. But again, please do not do that if that's not in your realm of possibility. I do not expect that at all. And everybody who's bought me a coffee, I'm just over the moon. Thank you. That's not expected and so very appreciated. Thank you. So let's see, what else did I have on here? So yep, we went over in the calendar. You can see the calendar. Everybody got the calendar in their email already. So if you do not have the calendar, it's because you're not a subscriber. And you can become a subscriber at paint333.com. And then the other question I wanted to go over was the Facebook group. So yes, as a member, you get access to a private Facebook group. And I did a Facebook group specifically because it's where most of my audience is already on as far as a social platform. So I will have the opportunity to post members only posts on YouTube, but I wanted to go a little bit deeper, and I think a Facebook group is going to be a really fun place to do that. If you are not on Facebook, you will still see all the content I'm pushing out. So I'm not going to push any like videos or specific things that are only going to be on Facebook that won't be on YouTube. So if you're not on Facebook, that's okay. You're still getting all the paint alongs, all the PDFs, all the reference photos, all the tracings, all the goodies that my members will get. It's just this extra piece, this extra community piece that you might enjoy if you are already on Facebook and kind of like that extra community piece of the puzzle. Okay, so founding members, yep, you'll get the fun snail mail giveaway package. So, and it is a month-to-month membership, so you can join or unjoin at any time. But it is a monthly, month-by-month, $29 a month membership. So great question. Keep chatting and dropping your comments and your questions, because this is the video where I'm going to address all your questions. So please let me know if you have anything else. And then we have our first, you can see in the calendar, our first members only paint along is tomorrow. I'm super excited about this one. So, so I found an artist the other day who gave me all the feelings, right? She's very successful. She paints pets and she's developed a really cool style. So her name is Harriet, I think it's Louth, Lowthe. Anyway, wanted to share who she was because I just stumbled across her on Instagram, fell in love with what she does. And then of course I get all the feelings of like, oh my gosh, she's doing so well. And am I doing that well? And am I that good? And all these things. And so it's just like, as artists, all these feelings are so relatable when you see other people working in either the medium that you are or the subjects that you are. And so I also got really inspired because I thought, wow, she paints on cardboard and she just paints in whatever medium she's feeling like using. And she has all of her pet portraits are super expressive. And that's what got me. It's just this, I've always been so drawn to pet portraiture that tells you who that pet is and gives you that feeling. Anyway, I have this whole series of reference photos from the Animal Humane Society. And a lot of them are of dogs and cats that have kind of this anxious or this awkward or this deep feeling expression. I've always wanted to paint them. And so every January, I want to release a series. This is a long story. But anyway, and I feel like I'm going all the way around all the different ways. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is every January, I want to release a comprehensive like program. So last January, I released the Paint 333 Beginner Program. And I want to keep doing that and keep releasing some kind of exciting system every January. And so I was trying to think through, what am I going to release this year? And I'm going to release, so this is kind of a fun little announcement. I'm going to release a series of pet portraits. So a series of paint-alongs and kind of some deep dives into using creative materials and creative techniques within those pet portraits. So it'll be a series with those deep dives of, and I'm going to call it, I think I'm going to call it, so I'm still finalizing the details, but Anxious and Awkward, a series of pet portraits. So this will actually be the first paint along in that series that my members are basically just getting early access to. So it's a kind of a bonus because we're doing 3 this week instead of just 2 that members typically will get. But it's kind of fun because I'm going to tease out that course a little bit early to my members, but eventually in January, it will be for everybody, for all subscribers and members, just like the Paint 333 program is. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to incorporate crayon. It's just going to be a really great way to dive into the expression part of pet portraiture that makes pet portraits really interesting and really fun to paint. So I just don't want to pigeonhole myself into this like style where I can't ever experiment or grow. I want to lean into the things about watercolor and about pet portraiture that really get me excited. So that's where that kind of stemmed from. She was this Harriet was this inspiration to do this series, and that's kind of where it's morphing into. So a little bit of an announcement, a fun little early access for members tomorrow with that paint along. So I'm really excited. So Kathy K asked about the price. I priced it at $29.99. But again, whatever YouTube says is the price for your local area is the price for you. So that might be, it could be according to the exchange rate if you're not in US dollars. And if you are in US dollars and it's higher, it's because of your local taxes. So unfortunately, I won't be able to change that price. So again, if that prices you out of the membership, please do not feel obligated to join. I'm still going to be putting a lot of really fun things out for just subscribers. So, but Kristen, that's so sweet. I do doubt myself in terms of just, I think everybody gets a little bit feeling like, oh man, I wish I was as good as that artist, and then you kind of feel like, will I ever be? Or will I ever find my style? Or how do I copy that style without actually copying that style of art? So we all have those feelings, and I am sure one of them. But I try to shift it, and I did, and I was really happy that I shifted that initial like jealousy to seeing Harriet's awesome stuff to being inspired by it. And like, how can I incorporate what I like about what she's doing into my own art and get really excited to try something new and just dive in a little bit deeper. And I think that's how we really grow and stay excited. And that's how we develop our style too. So it's just a win-win-win. But I encourage you to check her out. I will update I will add a comment or like update the description so you guys can see her Instagram because she's doing some really cool stuff. And there's room for all of us as artists in the world. So don't be nervous. Your wonderful work. Oh, this is so sweet. You guys are so sweet. Oh, this is so sweet. So New Zealand. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. So, and there's no rush. I mean, obviously it's fun to be like a founding member and get a little welcome package, but there's going to be ongoing supply giveaways for members. And right now, if I only have like 10 or so members, your chances of getting one of those monthly supply giveaways is actually pretty good. So don't feel rushed or pressured or anything like that to be one of those first 20 members. It's just a fun way to thank you for joining in before you really know what you're getting into. Because I know for me personally, I'm kind of like let's just wait around and see and make sure this is what I want to do. And I think that's great too. And that's a valid approach. So yes, when I compare the earliest paint alongs I did with you and the ones I did recently, oh, Deborah, that makes me so happy because yes, seeing how you've grown, it just gives you so much hope. I don't know, for me, I get so excited when I see that in my students because it's like, oh, okay, what I'm doing is actually worthwhile and making a difference. And then as just to have that feeling, because I know what that feels like, to be excited about like feeling like you're improving and you're getting to be the good artist you really want to be. I just think that's so awesome. So yeah, I feel like, yeah, I will never be that good. Sometimes I feel like just a cover artist. Yeah, and I, Amy too, I almost always use a reference photo. So, or like a reference painting, I can see how that could be frustrating, copying a painting from a painting, because you might feel like it's not very original. So I've had questions about that too. Like, am I able to sell my work that I create from your tutorials? And the first thing is yes. So if you create any, like if you paint the bunny and you want to sell your bunny, I think you should sell your bunny, because then you're making money from your art. And there's no better feeling than that. The only thing is, just don't like try to sell the reference photo or the tracing or like my actual video. You know what I mean? Because those are things that either those photographers made to share for free, or I've created to share on my YouTube channel. But if you make a painting from my tutorial, that's yours. That's your art. You could do whatever you want with it. But yes, so I just try to turn, Amy, long story short, I just try to turn that kind of initial, oh my gosh, they're so good, I'm never going to be that good feeling into, wait, what do I like about their art and how can I incorporate that into my practice and get excited from it? So we'll probably dive into that more in tomorrow's paint along. I'm pretty sure I'm going to do it live. So it's going to be a lot of fun and it should be pretty fast. And I'm going to be incorporating crayon. I raided my son's crayon stash from his leftover school supplies last year, and I got my colors ready. I'm very excited. We're going to have fun making some anxious and awkward dogs in preparation for our January series. So yes, thank you, Mindy. You guys are so sweet. Oh, this is a great question, Lisa. Yes, if you join later, everything that I had already released will still be in the members area. So if you join in December, you will be able to see all the paint alongs from November and October. You won't have access to like those giveaways that you missed. You won't have the ability to, be, because those giveaways had passed. And then anything like that you might have missed on Facebook. But otherwise, the content, the replays of the paint alongs will be there, and the tracings and the reference photos will be on the members page of my website and all the PDFs. But you'll have a lot to catch up on. But that could be really fun. So yes. So man, it's only been 20 minutes, but I covered, my cat is sitting on my notes, but I covered everything that I think I wanted to. I wanted to talk about a little bit like why I decided to do the membership, and we kind of covered that a little bit. And just that, number one, this is my full-time job now, so I'm hoping for a little bit of a steady income. And then number two, I'm excited to have this piece of the puzzle for people who have expressed interest in doing more with me. And a lot of you can't make my in-person workshops because we're all over the world. So this is just a cool way to get a lot more from me and more kind of personal access via that Facebook group. And especially in the beginning, when the membership count is smaller, we'll be able to do a lot more kind of personal things. So I'm just excited to kind of get to know you more as part of that membership and really help you in a more personal way. You'll be able to post your art and all your questions on that Facebook group. And I'm going to be on that Facebook group. I'm hoping to check it almost every day. So I want to be really active in that group and help give you, answer your questions and whatever kind of struggles you might be having or successes, to celebrate those with you. So I'm just excited because I think this is going to be a fun way to offer more to those people who have that space in their lives, or creating that space in their lives to invest in that. So yes, and I'm painting all these commissions, so I may as well film them, right, and share them with you, which is awesome. And then that's the other thing too, is like the business piece of the puzzle. For all of those of you who are interested in learning more about that, I'm trying to think of cool ways to share what I've learned as far as painting commissions and making money from art. YouTube is a great way to make money from your art, even before the membership piece, because you get the AdSense deals and stuff like that. And then brands contact you. I haven't gotten paid by any brands yet. I don't think I'm big enough for that. But they do send you free stuff, and that's always really fun. So, and I've said this before, just connecting with you artists via YouTube comments or emails. I was surprised at how much I really enjoyed that piece of the puzzle, and just hearing your excitement for watercolor and knowing that there's other people out there who are just as excited about watercolor as I am, which is just really fun because I don't know a lot personally other than like my mom is really crafty and my aunts are really crafty, and my aunt Meredith especially loves watercolor. So it's really fun to chat watercolor with her. But outside of that, there's not a lot of people in my life who want to just dive into it. So it's really fun to have that with all of you. So highlights on your channel from Facebook for the people who don't do Facebook. Yeah, Deborah, that's a really good, yeah. So, and I'm learning as we go. So, this membership could evolve a little bit. It's not going to be, the price won't change. And I'm not going to like decrease what I'm giving you because I want to, fulfill those promises. But it could, we'll grow and evolve. And hopefully, yeah, we can share what we're doing on Facebook on YouTube. And I could definitely do that for those of you who aren't on Facebook, to make sure that those members are also getting that piece of the puzzle a little bit. It's a really good idea. So yes, okay. No, that's okay. Mother Superior, yeah, is it 46 in Canadian? Yeah, I figured it'd be a lot more for Canada, but don't worry. There's going to be good stuff always for free just for subscribers. And if you're on my email list too. So that's a ton of fun. So I will keep responding to your questions if you put them in the comment section of this video. And it's a bonus to leave a comment within the first 24 hours because that will make you eligible for the 2 supply pack giveaways that I'm doing, which I'm really excited about. So whoever wins that paint and brush set is going to be really, that's going to be a good one. So leave a comment with your questions or anything like that. And then tomorrow morning, I will announce the winners. I will reply to you so you can email me your snail mail address and I can send those to you. That will be continental US only. So I know that's a little tricky for international people, but please still comment with your questions because I will be able to respond to those and answer those as we go into tomorrow and start the membership. So let me know. And I hope to see a lot of you at tomorrow's paint along in the membership. Otherwise, I will see a lot of you next week as we have 2 videos for next week, the 3-step process and then a happy dog paint along. Sometimes I don't know what breed of dogs I get in my reference photo, so I just have to name them according to what they look like to me. So it should be a lot of fun. And that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for being here, for all your excitement. I'm just excited. I'm really excited and a little nervous, but it's going to be a lot of fun and we're doing it. We're just trying things. It's just, that's my approach to watercolor. So that's my approach here too. I'm trying my best and we're putting it out there and we'll see what happens. So thank you so much to all the people that have already joined the membership. I'm so excited to see you inside of that membership piece, and we'll start posting and talking to each other on Facebook. So make sure you fill out the contact form on that membership page and we'll get going on the membership side of the equation. And in the meantime, very happy painting. Bye, everybody.